Good morning. This is Victor Jimenez with Sewerline Check Professionals. I'm here at 1527 LeConte Avenue in Los Angeles, and I'm in the process of performing a video examination of the main sewer line for David Dorian. Now, the main sewer line is the portion of the waste drainage piping which is exterior to the structure. It lies underground and connects the building drain line system to the public sewer. The building drain line system then is the portion or portions of the waste drainage piping which are underneath or interior to the structure. Today's video examination does not focus on the building drain line system, so if further evaluation is desired regarding the building drain line system, a licensed plumbing contractor should be contacted, or a specialty building drain line video examination can be set up through our office. Alright, so back to today's main sewer line from a 4-inch maintenance access located here in the basement, and we've pushed, I pushed about 40 feet to where the line exits the building. I then zeroed out the camera and put a pink marker flag at that location for our main sewer line cleanout to be installed. And then we've gone ahead and pushed out another 51 feet here to this connection at public sewer. Now the connection point to the public sewer is actually sitting directly under a manhole, so the connection point is a little different than what you might typically find under the street in terms of the openness of the pipe. But I've verified this through the locating devices that I use, as well as actually looking under the manhole itself and seeing the camera. So the line pretty much runs in a direct path. The line exits the building on the left side, or near the left front corner of the house. And the reference to the main sewer line cleanout was actually because the line is going to need a proper access outside of the building in order to properly clean the pipe. What we have going on underneath the building is an original cast iron pipe, and that, with the access point that we have today, is not really sufficient to be able to properly clean the later portion of the line, which I'll get into as I'm coming back with this inspection. So immediately pulling away from public sewer, we are in a 6-inch diameter vitrified clay pipe. Now the vitrified clay is a very common material for main sewer lines. It has a long surface life expectancy. However, it is more susceptible to damage during earthquakes and seismic activity, and it also has a tendency to let in roots at the joint areas. Now, we didn't see any noticeable breaks or cracks in this section of the clay pipe, and we didn't see a whole lot in the way of root intrusions, which is good. Now, just one thing to point out: the clay pipe is the only material that's outside the building. What's under the building, we have an original cast iron pipe, which we'll get to when I get to that. But the pipes outside the building are all a vitrified clay. Alright, now there is one section here, just as the line's coming out of the building, you can see I've got this root intrusions coming in there. This section should be cleared out. You should get a hydrojetter or a plumber to come out and remove the obstruction. It appears that there might be a break in the pipe there, but it's hard to be conclusive about that because the way that the roots are sitting. But either way, when I was running water, it was getting caught up in there, so the line should be cleared out. Right now, at this point, we're entering the building drain line system. Not the focus of my examination today, but I did pass through it. And what we're looking at here is an original cast iron pipe. Now, cast iron is a material that typically has a surface life between 70 to 80 years on average. It can last longer, and it'll last less, but that's the typical average life. Now, this cast iron pipe is actually in pretty good shape considering its age. The reason I say that is because typically as the cast iron pipe gets older, you're going to start seeing rust and scale build up in the pipe, which we do see, but signs of more or later stage deterioration or decay is that the bottom of the pipe will be leveled out. The pipe will lose basically any kind of cylindrical shape and turn more into like a bumpy roller coaster. And on top of that, you're going to also have the bottom of the pipe start to rot away, and you're going to have this black, basically sludge in the middle of the pipe. You can see here this section is a little bit flatter along the bottom. You can see it kind of bellying out a little bit over here, but this is probably the worst of it, is right there coming up to this joint area here where this connection piece is. So it just gives you an idea of what's going on. Now, that line isn't broken, but it's just something to think with, because eventually in the future this section of pipe will need to be replaced. Alright, so we're going to be pulling out of this cleanout access that we got today, and I'm just going to go ahead and wipe off the camera. Alright, so this is the access point that we used today. Came fitted with this black plastic cleanout cap. Alright, we're just going to get a photograph of this for the report. So essentially my recommendations at this point are going to be to get a main sewer line cleanout installed and get the line hydrojetted. Other than that, the line seems to be functioning as intended and is in acceptable condition. Keeping in mind that section of cast iron under the building will need to be replaced in the future, but there's no issues with it that are active enough that need replacement as of today's inspection. Okay, and with that, I'm going to be wrapping up the video portion of the examination for today. Once again, this is Victor Jimenez with Sewerline Check Professionals. Thank you very much, and have a pleasant day.